Context clues. This is where we're looking for the meaning of an unknown word using the clues around that word. There are 5 different types of context clues, starting with definition. This is where they give you the exact meaning of that word in the text. For example, Mr. Fry is an affable principal. He is pleasantly easy to approach and always friendly. So that lets us know the word affable means pleasantly easy to approach and always friendly. Then we can use a synonym context clue. Mr. Fry is quite affable. In fact, he reminds me of Miss Baker. Do you remember how kind she was? So remember, a synonym is a word that means the same as another word. So 2 words that are synonyms mean the same thing. So here, affable and kind both mean the same thing. An antonym is the opposite of what your unknown word means. So I miss Mr. Fry. Our new principal is cranky and unapproachable. Mr. Fry was so affable. So here our opposite words are cranky and affable, and also unapproachable and affable. Then your passage may give you an example for you to try and figure out the meaning of that unknown word. Mr. Fry is an affable principal. He knows everybody's name. If you have a problem, talk to him. That is an example of how Mr. Fry is affable or kind. And then we have inference. Remember, an inference is an educated guess. We want to use our background knowledge, what we already know, and our text clues that we have read in that story to try and figure out what that word may mean. You don't need to worry about talking to Mr. Fry. He is an affable principal. So you can use that information to try and figure out what that unknown word means. So we're going to look at an example of how we can use context clues to figure out the meaning of an unknown word. Number 1, my grandmother gave me my blippus when I was a baby. Everyone in my family had their own blippus. We each hang ours by our stairs at Christmas because we don't have a fireplace. My blippus is a long, red, skinny sock. My sister's is green and short. So what do you think the word blippus is? So here they gave us the exact definition of the word blippus. Although we have long and red, we know that that can be switched out because the sister's is green and short. But it tells us that it is a skinny sock. Number 2, when you play in the snow, you should wear gloves, a hat, and a margle. You need the margle to keep your neck warm. I am lucky because my grandmother knitted me a margle for my birthday. It has stripes on it and it is so warm. So we're trying to figure out, what does the word margle mean? If we look at the second sentence here, it says that you need the margle to keep your neck warm. So they're giving us an example of what that margle is used for. So our context clues that we're using is an example. So we know that something that is worn around your neck to keep you warm during the winter is a scarf. So we can, using our context clues, we know that the word margle is a scarf. So I've skipped down to number 2. It reads, last July I went with my family to our town celebration to watch the blast off. We had such a fun time watching the bright explosions in the sky. However, my dog was so scared from the loud noises from the blast offs. He hid under a blanket the whole time until the blast offs were finished. So what do you think the word blast offs means? If we were to make an inference using our background knowledge and the clues that we have here in this text, we see that it said that it happened in July. What's a very bright explosion that happens in the sky in July? Pretty sure they're talking about the 4th of July. And we know that loud sounds, bright explosions that happen in the sky are fireworks. So we can infer that blast-offs are fireworks.